Lauren D. Williams, and I'm Senior Vice President of Organizational Culture and Change Management at SiriusXM. Black Music Month is an annual celebration of Black music in the United States that was created in 1979 by Grammy Award-winning songwriter and producer Kenny Gamble, Cleveland radio DJ Ed Wright, and journalist, documentarian, and community activist Deanna Williams. Today, I'm excited to sit down with Congresswoman Robin Kelly, who has served as the U.S. Representative from Illinois' 2nd Congressional District since 2013. Congresswoman Kelly and I will talk about Black music and leadership in politics and entertainment. Congresswoman Kelly, it's such an honor to meet you.
It's an honor to be with you. I look forward to our conversation.
Me too. So let's jump right in. So not everyone watching this may know it's Black Music Month. Can you tell us why Black Music Month is important to you and provide a little context into its cultural relevance?
Well, when I think of Black music, it makes me think of all kinds of music. I think that we deserve a lot of credit for when you think of popular bands, popular singers, and they're not all Black. A lot of them are not Black, but when people win their music awards, often they dedicated or say they got their start from somebody Black. So it's really important that we pat ourselves on the back and let people know how influential we've been in the music industry, period.
That's so real. I think about a lot of different artists that came up in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s that really drove the influence of the music that we hear today. And honestly, Black music and all music has never really been more popular than it is right now. I mean, we are routinely at the top of the charts, and we have the power to cross genres, cultures, and even geographic lines. Why do you think that is possible for these Black musicians?
You know, it's funny that you say that because I know I've said to my son and daughter or others that I'm close with, wow, when I'm looking at a group of white young folks, they know all the words to the songs too.
That's so true.
I think it happened because it's good music. It's grounded. People can relate to it. The skill that goes into our music. And I just think our music comes from a gut level, from the heart experience. And people can, relate to that through their own experiences.
I absolutely believe in the power of like audio and just being able to tell a story. And that's the beauty about this medium, is that you can listen to a song and create whatever the story it is that comes to manifest in your mind. And it may be different from someone else, but the collective experience that we all have with music is just so powerful. So it sounds like, music has had a really big impact on you. Do you remember the day or like the day that a song came up that really had that impact on you? Like, what was it and what made it stand out to you?
It's so funny. I used to play, there's a few different ones, but when I was much younger than I am now, the Jackson 5, and I loved Jermaine and loved Michael, but a couple of those songs, I'll Be There. Yes. And I could still see myself laying in my bed. I think I must have been in high school, I guess. I think so, yeah. And, just listening and imagining myself in these, romantic situations, I don't know if it was with Jermaine or not, but the Jackson 5 really stick out to me because they were just so prominent when I was, much younger. And then of course, Michael just took off and he's just prominent, period. But the Jackson 5 when I was in high school, but there are others as I, like Al Green and of course, Luther's my all-time favorite, but I know I'm many.
I love Luther.
I actually, on my television, I have a taped, how like PBS, they show artists. So I have him forever taped in my TV library.
Yeah. I mean, you just named 3 musical acts that have had such a profound impact on the music that we hear today. I mean, the Jackson Five, like, my goodness, the boy bands like that came after that, Michael, like, who has really had a huge influence on like the Chris Browns, the Ushers, the like, there's so many artists that I could go on and talk about.
You said it, and that didn't just start with Michael. It goes before that. When I think about the Beatles and how artists influenced their life, the Rolling Stones, I just saw something where they spoke about that, how influential Black artists have been, whether it's R&B, whether it's jazz, gospel, even country, and people act shocked, but Charlie Pride. So yeah, we've been all over the map, including opera.
Including opera. I actually have a few friends who are opera singers at the Met, and it is amazing to see how we can influence and infiltrate that, even that type of music. It's just so amazing, the different types of music that we listen to at different key moments in our lives, and how they just create this really, really amazing story. That's the backdrop of like what we experience every single day.
And also, I think I've been to, in my many years, I've been to so many weddings, and so often, no matter who's getting married, a lot of times it's Black music that's the wedding song or the first dance, for many different hues of people, because I think it's just so relatable. And so, like I said, from the heart, from the gut.
That's so true. Well, let's see. I'm wondering about a little bit about your career in politics. Before we started recording, you talked about how you represent such a vast amount of the Illinois second congressional district, and I'm wondering if you have any advice for anyone else who's looking to get their start in politics. Like, what leadership nuggets can you share with them?
Well, when I look at myself, people have always said from the beginning, when I first was running for state rep, oh, you're too nice. You're too nice to be in politics. So a person that I work with that I really like said they're going to chew you up and spit you out, and those things. But what people say about me, the two words, beside being nice, that people say, I'm authentic and I'm genuine. I'm just myself. And I don't change depending on who it is or anything like that. And I look at myself as a compassionate leader. I really think I was put on this earth to be a public servant, and I think I'm doing it for the right reason. I think a person needs a public agenda, not a personal agenda. You need to get something out of it. Like when a constituent comes to me and says, your office helped me, or if I was able to pass some piece of legislation, believe me, that makes me feel super good. But I just think that people have to be in it for the right reasons. I think government is a safety net. We're protectors of, our citizens or the public, not in it, we shouldn't be in it for greed or our ego and things like that. Even though they say to be in politics, you need an ego. You need to be confident, definitely. But we need to be compassionate. We need to realize we're not going to get our way all the time, and that compromise is not a dirty word. And I'm sure, I know I've had to do it too sometimes, hold my nose and do things, but also I know on the other side, people have held their nose for me when it was something that I feel was really good for my district or my people. So, but if you want to get in it, I think you should find someone that you admire, you think that they are doing it the right way, and actually see what they do. Don't just jump in, because it is not easy. I'm going to tell you, from just all the work you have to do every day, the money you have to raise, the places you have to be, your private time really shrinks. and if you need family support.
Yeah. I feel like that's such good advice, not only for individuals who are looking to start a career in politics, but just in general. So I really appreciate you sharing that perspective with me and for everyone who is here listening, because I feel like authenticity, et cetera, is so necessary in order to be successful in any lane that you wish to go into.
When I first jumped in, actually it was 5 men that asked me to run. And women tend not to jump in. We're getting a little better at it. We never think we're good enough at that time. You know what I mean? When someone asks, but I told them at the end of the day, when all the titles are gone and, I'm not running anymore. I'm Robin Kelly's citizen on the street, that I want to be proud of myself. I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror. That is extremely important to me.
That is wonderful. Looking yourself in the mirror and being able to be okay with yourself. I love that. All right. So we're
Jackson song, Man in the Mirror.
I was about to say, you made that parallel going back to the Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson. I love it. Well, speaking of music, I want to close out on one question. It's a fun one. So we're going to create a playlist of recommendations from yourself and some of your Congressional Black Caucus colleagues. So tell us, what exactly are you listening to right now?
You know what? I'm still old school. I love Alicia Keys. Of course, I told you my history. So her New York song. I still listen to Luther. I love Amazing. When I got married, that's what I played. When we got married, I lost my husband last year, and at his service, we played. It was his favorite song, "What You Won't Do, You Do for Love," and so that has a special place in my heart. But at night, I listen to calming music to calm me down, and just as they say, elevator office music. I can listen to that too. But I think Alicia, Luther, and my favorite all-time group is Earth, Wind, and Fire. So I still listen to that, but my playlist is old.
I love it. So is mine. So you're not alone. Well, first of all, I want to give my condolences to you and your family on the passing of your husband. I cannot imagine how difficult that is, but it sounds like he was an amazing individual. So thank you for being not only transparent, but vulnerable with us in this forum. So I really appreciate that. And I think everyone else will appreciate it. And I also appreciate you providing insight in perspective into how you celebrate Black Music Month, because it's a perspective that needs to be shared with all of us in the world. But we really appreciate you spending the time with us today to celebrate Black Music Month and also talk about Black music and leadership in politics and entertainment.
Well, thank you so much. It's an honor to be with you, and it's an honor to meet you too. Thank you for what you do.